Hey, hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are doing a tutorial for the new Pro Tools Sketch. Pro Tools Sketch. This is 100% free. Comes with tons of content, okay. I would suggest you go and make an account at Avid. I'll put a link in the description, but let's just quickly have a look at that. Okay, so you sign in. Well, you don't sign in yet. You just go to avid.com, find Pro Tools Sketch, and you don't actually need to find Pro Tools Sketch. You just need to sign in. Well, I've already made an account, but you just need to make an account. That's completely free. There are a couple of good reasons to do this. If you're on desktop or Mac, that means you'll get access to the free Pro Tools intro software for desktop or Mac, and also gives you the ability to save your projects inside of Sketch on your iPad. So let's quickly go back over to Sketch. And when you're back here, right, okay, so once you've signed up, if you click this little button here, you'll get these options here: save, save and close without saving. You just hit save. It'll save any changes you've made to your project, right? If you hit save and close like this, you'll get your projects, and you'll see it's kind of similar to the way Logic and GarageBand works. I'm just going to go back to my project here. If you don't sign up, you can't save your project. You can make a project and you can make an arrangement and you can export that arrangement, but when you come back, it'll be gone. So you might as well sign up. I mean, it's free. This is free. That's free. Makes things loads easier. No big deal. Right. Okay. What do we get? We have tracks across the top and scenes down the side here. So it's like a clip-based scene launching kind of vibe. You can have up to 16 tracks here. You just keep adding. You can either select audio or you can select instrument, and then so on and so forth. You can have all audio, all instruments. You can double click on here. Oops, no, or delete something like this, right? Let's just get rid of that track view there. Right, these are your top scenes here, and you can have 16 of them. You can have pretty much unlimited scenes down the side, so 16 tracks and unlimited scenes according to Avid. So yeah, you can make adjustments. So you'll see here 0, 1, 2 and 3. I've named these, and you'll see this says scene 2. Well, I'm gonna double tap on that and go to properties, and I'm going to call that scene 4 now. So let's just tap on this, go there. I'm going to call it scene 4. I'm going to give it a color. Let's give it this nice red color. Okay, done. So now I've got scene 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You can call them whatever you like, right? You will see that this here is let me just go back a bit. This is an instrument. So if I tap on it, I can play it with my MIDI keyboard. Or if anything is highlighted here, we can go down to track and we can actually see the instrument. Now this is one of the included instruments. There are 2 included instruments, and I can't tell you, loads and loads of samples and loops and stuff, and you can import your own. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Now this is Play Cell. This is kind of like a sample based instrument. It is very, very, very good in my opinion. Okay, and then you have a few controls to adjust the sound. Second instrument here is a sitar I've got. Third instrument here is a synth, and this is called Play Cell. Now this is a really powerful synth. So you get a load of presets, of course, that you can play with. Here we go. And arranged into different categories, of course. You also get controls over your filter, your envelope for amplitude and filter, modulation, some effects, a mod matrix here, an arpeggiator with a load of different options, global. Okay, back to oscillators, choose a different patch. Okay, so they're your instruments, right? To exit this, you just go to this. Then you have audio tracks, right? So if I play this, this is one of the actual samples that you can use, loops. If I hit this now, these three will play. And these are two that I've imported. So if we click the next scene, let's stop that. This here, so this is kind of obvious. This is your BPM settings, right? And then this is your global quantize for playing in your MIDI notes for the instruments, okay? If we look next to this here, this is the scene, the launch timing, okay? So at the moment it's set to launch on the bar, 1 bar. But you can set it for any of these you like. So that's your launch time. This is your metronome. It's kind of self-explanatory. If we go to an empty scene, that's your metronome. We can stop that. Okay, go back there. This here is your audio input. Yes, you can import audio, record audio in. Let me go to and you don't have to have the same sample on each scene. As you can see here, I've got different samples on different scenes. And we can, of course, because it's clips, launch any we like. And then you have global stop at the top. Right, so if I select an audio track, if I hit my little microphone now, I have my Arturia Mini Freak plugged in. Which means I can now record audio into any of the audio clips. Right, now I'm going to do this for you quickly. I'm going to do it on a blank. I'm going to engage my metronome. I'm going to select this here, this clip. So you'll see, select which clip you want to be recording into. I'm going to arm this. So you'll see now, once I've armed it, any empty audio clip will now have this little thing in. Now it does kind of give you a count, and it's just that it's not really necessary. I'll show you why. Let's put this, first of all, I'm going to double tap on this little pot thing here. Sorry, I'm just going to duplicate it. Let's get out of it here. And you'll see it's duplicated it here. Now I'm going to move it down to here. So when I play this scene, I've got my little pot going, right? Now it's waiting for me to record something. So I could turn that off now, actually, because I've got this as accounting. And I want to be practicing. So say I wanted to record that in, right? All I got to do is press this. You'll see it, little count then. But it doesn't matter. I'm just going to start recording next time it comes round. I don't care. Just let it fade out. Okay. Let's unarm that now. See this? Now it'll come in now, right? Somewhere here. Who knows? Right. It's completely out of time, isn't it? Because, you know, I just recorded it over the top of that. Well, it's selected now. Let's go to editor. And here's the audio I just recorded. So first of all, I'm going to bring in my loop point here. And maybe I want it to go for, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to move this along. Hit this to here. How many I've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this is a loop point. So if I start playing now, see if I can move these up so you can see. If I start playing this now, this is going to play the loop. Let's play the scene. And it's all in time, right? I could, of course, just have this play over 4 bars, but then again, I would lose my tail. Okay, sounds all right. A couple of other things I can do as well. Let's bring this back out to our 8 bars. Let's hit trim and we can say, well, okay, we don't really need all this beginning bit. So I'm going to take that in and I'm going to actually have this, I can't trim out, but we can leave it as it is. If I hold now in the middle, I can move this or I can move my loop points, right? So, okay, I'm going to say stop trim now. I'm just going to grab hold of the center part. In fact, let me just try and go back. And I'm just going to take this back to the beginning. And we'll take our loop point back as well. Otherwise, that will loop. So now it all makes more sense, right? So now it's all going to start from bar 1. But it doesn't really matter. What we have here is something called, well, we can fade. That means we can set fade in and fade out. Okay. We looked at trim. We could reverse it now, which is what I did with one of the ones at the top. Or we can stretch this now. So I'm going to say, well, okay, I'm going to stretch this to, see what's happening. I'm going to stretch this to 4 bars. Okay. I'm going to adjust my loop point as well. So it carries on looping. So now I've stretched this audio. Okay, but you know, obviously that's not going to sound right. So I am going to stretch this back out to exactly 8 bars now and see what happens with that. So it probably should have been, I should have left it at its original. But anyway, you get the point. You can play around with all this kind of cool stuff. You can do edits and stuff and what have you. You can also increase or decrease the gain. So if you've got a quiet imported sample, you can also repitch it, of course. So, you know, up semitones, down semitones. I think it's plus or minus 24, which is very cool. All right, now let's do something else. Let's look at importing audio. Okay, right, so let's get out of this. To exit any menu, you just tap it again down here. So if we want to say we've got this audio track here with nothing on it at all. We want to import some audio. Well, first of all, I'll show you how to import from the internal browser. You tap on the little hamburger mic icon at the top here. Go to Sound Library. And these are all the different loops and stuff. So you have drum loops. We can audition them, and they are very, 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 very good. Now these tempos stretch automatically. You'll see I'm on 120, but some of these are 160. But this will play at 120. I'm going to get rid of that audio that I just did because it was out of time. Then I'm going to play this. I'm going to go in here and select. Let's go to something that's a lot faster. Maybe we'll do this with our fingers. There we go. See? It's the same speed as this now. Okay, so it's as simple as this. Grab hold of it, move it and put it in any, or it won't let you put it in an instrument track, so you're okay. Put it in any audio track you like there, and the browser will pop back open for you to carry on. Right, if we close our browser just for a minute and press this now, and then we can further go in and edit that. Okay, let's stop that. So what we can do now is we can import some of our own audio. So I'll show you how to do that, right? So this is really clever. When I first looked at this, so we go to browse and you see where it says select folder. When I first looked at this, I thought it was broken. And I went on the Audio Bus forum and said, and everyone thought we all thought it was broken, but it's not. It's actually really, really clever. This is. Sometimes with apps, you have to import samples. GR16, for example, if you want to use samples inside GR16, your sample folder, you have to import the entire folder. But that folder still exists from its original location. This gets around this in quite a clever way, and it still looks like it's inside the app. So select folder here, go to you now, and put everything you need in iCloud Drive, because you can't access audio share from within an app. That's just an iOS thing. I've got all my stuff in here in this thing that says A1 samples. I'm going to look at this and go, right, okay, well, maybe I want some ambient samples in here, right? So there's 5 of these, and you see they're all grayed out, and you're tapping on them. I'm tapping on them like an idiot. And we couldn't get, none of us was anyway, what you do is, someone did suss it out. I think it was Hot Strange, but I think so. What you do is you tap open, and it loads those samples in here so you can see them, but they're still in iCloud Drive, but we can audition them. So you pick your sample, you drop it onto an audio track somewhere, right? And then it pops up again if you want to look for some more. If you go back now, you go back to your sample folder. Let me just stop that from playing. I stopped itself. Go back to your sample folder now and go, right, well, maybe I want another one now. Let's go and look at this, say, some of Joe's samples here. And there's loads of these in here, right? You just go open, and it opens the whole folder for you to browse. Inside of Sketch, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So we could drop this sample, say, so make sure we pick it up. Stop at auditioning, pick it up, and stick it on any audio track that you like, and then go back. And you're empty again, ready to search for something else. Of course, all your other ones are here. Let's have a quick listen to a few of these before. You've got melodic loops here. And these all, you can repitch all of these. So it tells you the key. And then, like I said, in the actual editor, you can repitch it. Nice. You go back and say we've got some effects and stuff. So say for instance this, we could put this on another audio track. I want to quickly show you something here. So that's how you do that, and then you can exit this. So that's how you load your stuff. But if you go in here, I was got a global stop. If you go in to select this and then go into the editor, you have the other option as well as also of reversing that sample. So you'll get the very cool reverse effect as well. So that's really nice. Let's click on this again. So let's just play this scene. But say for instance you just wanted it to be as long as this dog. Let's open this and look at it in the editor. It's 16 bars long, this is. So we don't want it to be that long. Let's make it 8 bars long. And let's trim that, shall we? Okay. In fact, we don't even need it to be that long. Let's make it 4 bars long. Let's trim it. Okay, so trim that now. Let's go back to our sub drop thing and edit that. And let's have this go over 4 bars. So this here. And we're going to move the clip now. So I'm going to stop it for a sec and grab hold of it and put it at the end of our 4 bars. Now when I go back and play this particular scene, let me just rewind it. So place from the beginning. You see they'll track along the same. Very cool. Now, if we go to mixer now, you get your mixer for everything and you can see what's playing. You have 3 insert effects per mixer, unless you're using one of the instrument cells, and then you have 2 because the instrument cells become an insert, right? Okay, so that's this thing. I will say that you cannot use AUV3 with this yet, okay? You cannot use AUV3 with this app yet. That's important to note. Okay. So if you're hoping that you could use your AUV3s, you can't, not yet. Okay, so let's look at this, right? So let's play. We know that this is our track, and I think somewhere else, here it comes. We've got global reverb and delay, so. And you can look at these global effects here. So look at the reverb. We could go Taj Mahal. And then you've got different types of global delay. Go back to our mixer, put some delay on. Oh, I have on this, but let's put it on this. There we go. And some big Taj Mahal reverb just for fun. Cool. But then we can also add in a bunch of other stuff. So we've got a chorus, compressor, a crunch crusher, delay, multi-mode filter, saturation. So maybe we could put some saturation. You don't just get this XY, you can go into advanced as well. Nice. Let's go back to mixer. This is our panning, by the way. Epic stuff. So you send track, editor. No editing going on, so we can go to this. Put our play cell. Lovely. And that, guys, basically the basics of it. Now I'm going to show you how. Let me see if there's any other information that might be useful to you in these settings. I've got my audio coming in on 3 and 4 for my Mini Freak. To create an arrangement, you can't, right, if you try to drag these scenes into the arranger here like this, do this. You can put that in there. If you've only got one scene, you won't be able to do that, right? Once you've done this, let's go this one as well. And let's put scene this in. And let's put scene 3 in. And scene 4. If we click on arrangement now, so all this is highlighted, and we press play. Sorry, make sure you're rewound. It's going to play through these scenes, right? In fact, we could go further. You could say, well, I'll have this one, which is a bit weird, as a scene there. And you click on here and you can see, you can set how many times that repeats. So from 1 up to, well, as many times as you like, but looks at more times than you'd need for a song. So let's just close that. Okay. And then we can maybe drop this one on here. Then we could maybe just go back and say, well, I want to finish on scene 0. And on you go. And if you click on here, you can export the arrangement. And this exports the arrangements as a WAV file, and you can stick it wherever you like, you know, when you're in your audio share or what have you. So audio share, I'm just going to move it there. And it'll be called Hold That Thought. In fact, if we have a quick look in audio share, I would imagine it's there. There it is, Hold That Thought. And we've exported that whole arrangement over there. But this is the key thing. If we go back now and have a look. If you haven't signed up, right, you're not going to get that option to save and you will lose it. So I would just suggest signing up, and I'm going to go save, and now it's saved and it's done, and you can start to create a new project. Anyway, that's enough for now. I think you've got the idea. It's very easy to start. You just literally easy peasy. You can create scenes here, and it looks like, I don't know, you can create loads and loads of them. And I reckon it's unlimited. You can have up to 16 instrument tracks, and them instrument tracks can either be an audio track or an instrument track. The instrument tracks are nice. You get loads of that. And these instruments, you know, this is that one, isn't it? Now let's have a look at the track. This is the play cell instrument. Really nice, but there's some lovely instruments in here, you know. Don't be fooled by the first piano that appears. If you scroll down and choose, sorry, that's it. Like, you get some drum kits as well. You can go in. If you scroll down, and it does respond to your, what is it, your respond to your sustain pedal, sorry. Cool. Honestly, I haven't played through all of these instruments. But they are really good, and the synth is good as well. In factory. We've got like some effects, and like I said, it's a full operational synth. Right, I've gone on too long. Guys, there you go. There is quite a good look at the different kind of things you can do with Sketch, Pro Tools Sketch. I think it's really, really good, and definitely well worth getting for free. And guys, seriously, I'd just sign up and you get the option then to save all your stuff. Brilliant. What I'll do is, if you're watching this via Premiere, thank you very, very much for watching. I will play through the scene as it is, but don't forget we can change the amount of any of these scenes to be storm here. Anyway, right, I'm going to play. I'll see you later. Don't forget to strike that like, gang.